All right, ladies and gentlemen, top of the day to you. This is your host, Bernard Ponder. I am checking in from the east side of Atlanta, Georgia, in this big little small place called Lithonia, Georgia. My focus in life is simply just enhancing people's lives through personal and business development strategies. I got a lot of LLCs. I like to call them lifestyle and legacy coaches on the line. They're checking in from all across the world. I know you guys are doing some things behind the scenes. I'm gonna bring them up in just a second as they get our live stream shared on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and link anywhere that people actually are at. We want to make sure people hear about this Financial Talk Tuesday conversation. Like I said, I'm your host, Bernard Ponder, founder of a few different businesses and a very strong passion about development and people along their journey. Here's an icebreaker for you. As we continue to grow this conversation, we want to focus on more people in our community being wealthy. A lot of people understand that, and most in our community, is that the dollar stays in the community for about 6 hours and then it's gone. It's in different communities and it doesn't come back to help us with generational wealth. And that's one of the things that's been plaguing in our community for years. But however, we are here today with a solution. It's fourth quarter, October. We started this conversation called Financial Talk Tuesday and simply just gearing more people to think about wealth. Think about the habits that wealthy people do and bring it straight to your doorstep or even your computer or cell phone. Write these five things down for me because in my journey, this is about my 13th, going on 14th year in business development. I've learned that these five characteristics of wealth is what most wealthy people actually stick to. Number one, here's my icebreaker: consistency. Number two is persistency. Number three, being disciplined. Number four being urgency. And last but not least, excitement. See, I deal with professionals from all different walks of life, no matter if they're students, no matter if they're employees, business owners, and military people. We work with on a daily basis to help them improve their lifestyle and their legacy through strategies. Okay. So, with that being said, professionals ask questions though. And I want you to ask yourself a few questions because even sometimes when I just break down CEO, create some services or products, execute some strategies so you can have some options. I want you to start focusing on executing financial and marketing strategies so you can put time and money in balance. Is that cool, ladies?
Absolutely.
All right, I think I see some of you guys eyeballs. How are you guys doing today as we continue to get ready for this Financial Talk Tuesday? And who do we have? Where y'all checking in from?
Well, I'm Monifa Bartley out of New York City, a postal worker for almost 25 years now. And I'm very ecstatic on sharing what I do, my 5 to 9. And what I do is elevate lives through wealth strategies. And it's been so fulfilling to educate and impact people with knowledge. Oftentimes we think we know it all, but we really have no idea because a lot of the truth was like tainted and it really didn't get to us the way it should because we will be further along. A lot of people would do a
Mm-hmm.
lot of things. Most of us would be wealthy if we knew the strategies to
Mm-hmm.
perform. You understand? So I'm
Indeed.
excited to be here alongside you guys tonight, and let's impact some lives.
Indeed. We're so glad to have you here. It's nothing like bringing another spirit from the other side of the country into one place where we can all unite and collaborate our conversations. Welcome to the line. Glad to have you, and I look forward to your input into this conversation. Who else would we
Thank
have?
thank you.
I'm here. Welcome, welcome. I first of all, before I start, I want to say, Mr. Ponder, you're breaking down the actual itinerary and things that we're going to talk about. Amazing.
Mhm.
Welcome, Queen from Queens. I'm excited to be here with you this evening. Let's get this talk on the road. For those of you that don't know me, I am Sandra Burton, originally born and raised in a big old state called Mississippi.
What?
However, I've been in the Atlanta area now going on, this makes 26 years.
Sweet.
I'm excited to be here. Right now, I have I've been doing accounting and financial in the financial worlds for now 25 years. I love doing what I do. I actually help people in the financial services area. Also, I help people in anything with the tax for preparation, planning, and resolution. I'm excited to be here. And I welcome any questions that anybody have. This is an open conversation.
Yeah.
I'm going to be looking at the I know we're live, so we are looking at the actual questions and comments. So we just welcome you guys, and I'm excited to be here. Absolutely.
Sweet, sweet, sweet. And look, I'm a low tech, high check kind of person. And while y'all was giving that great introduction, I should have been sharing some of this stuff on the different lives. But I want to tell you, Miss Burton, is that after 2 years of being in Georgia, you're considered a Georgia peach now. We appreciate all the taxes you all out of towners be paying to help us out and grow. So let's go ahead and dive in. One of the things that we came up with is, I'll come back and I'll share live to my page a little bit later. But I want to make sure that everybody catches what we're putting down. And we actually are talking about wealth and some of the strategies that people we've studied. Because like Miss Bartley was saying, is that some of this information wasn't passed down. You guys know they say if you want to know something great, you can hide it in a book, right? So we're turning back the pages and actually open up some books of study that we do every single week. This is of some of the people in our inner circle. We actually work on financial and marketing strategies every single week. We work on personal development every single week, business development every single week. And some of that we want to just kind of showcase and share that with you guys. But most importantly, invite you to come on our wealth journey with us. Put this in your notes as we get started. Cash, asset, cash flow. That's the formula for wealth. Most people take the cash that they have and put it in trash, and the buck stops there. But we want to show you guys how to buy and build assets that produce unlimited amounts of cash flow that can pay you daily and weekly. And no matter if the government shuts down or stays alive, you'll still be able to survive and enjoy your life without having a vacation from your current lifestyle. So, in recap, this is week 4. What week is it, ladies?
Week 4.
4. I be at a lot of football games lately. They say, what they say, fourth quarter winning quarter, fourth quarter winning. This is the winning quarter, y'all. This is where everything happens. A lot of people right now may not know that they're preparing for it, but some people are getting prepared for that good old thing called tax season, right? Well, we want to actually talk to you guys about some of the things that we show people how to overcome tax season. How many people know people excited about getting tax refunds?
I know.
Right? And we like to educate here is that re means again and fund means your money. If you go from the highest tax bracket, right, of W-2, it's typically only about 3 of them. Are you a W-2 earner? Are you a 1099 owner? Or are you even an investment income earner? And most of us on the line are working to have our money work for us so we don't have to work for money. However, on the educational side is most people go to work to pay bills, right? And the key thing is that most people who work at W-2 are paying anywhere from 28 to 33% on every single dollar. And this conversation is just showing you how to put more of that hard-earned money that the banks are taking, that the government are taking, that even big businesses every single holiday, right? Anybody seen the skeletons in people's front yards, the spider webs in people's front yards this year? This
Big
week,
money.
right? So anybody, let's take that as an icebreaker. How much do you think those spider webs cost to put from the top of them people's houses to the bottom of their houses? Let's give an estimate.
It depends on how many packs they bought, because they probably gonna give you a little bit in each pack.
Yeah.
I think or are you saying the big old light up parts of it? Because you got some
Oh, you
people
talking about
have
the light up ones?
Yeah, they have the big pumpkins, they have the ghosts flying over. I mean, I do know that when I went to, it was Lowe's,
Mm-hmm.
and the big ghost, the one that everybody likes, was $99.
Okay.
So when we see people with 3 and 4 creatures in their yards, that could easily add up to 500 plus, and that's
Let's
just the decoration.
let's
This is a
break that down.
$1 trillion industry here. So
Hey, look, this recap week, so we can have some fun with this one. Let's take that for example, right? I know how to make $100 every day, right?
Okay.
That's $3,000 a month. $100 a day is 3,000, right?
Okay.
But if you think about what that cost that person to get that one skeleton big thing to put in their front yard, how long does it take a person to make $100 typically in this economy? If you think about how much a person gets paid per hour.
I guess you were probably thinking about like an average. I think we said the average male makes $49,000.
A year?
So yeah.
Oh yeah,
So
49 to 52,000. But I'm saying on
right.
an hourly basis. You know how people be like, well, back in the day, $12 was good, I heard. You know what I'm saying? But what's the average person getting at a W-2? Like if you get an average kind of job, what's the hourly rate? What you would say?
Um.
Think they changed it in New York. I think it's like 20 something dollars now.
$20 is hefty. All right.
Yeah, they
But
changed it because can't nobody live off of no $12 an hour and $10 an hour anymore.
yeah, it's tough, right?
That
So think
silent
about that.
income killer is
Even
like,
if you was earning $20 an hour, right? And
mhm,
let's say is it safe to say people still work part-time jobs?
mhm.
Yeah.
So if I'm working part-time and my part-time job is yielding $20 an hour, how many hours I gotta work to be able to buy a skeleton?
Gotta work those 5 hours.
At least 5 hours, right?
Mhm.
Yes.
So let's dive into this conversation about week one. Week one, we talked about cash flow management being the number one thing that most people have to do when it comes to getting wealthy, right?
Yep.
What's that system that we talked about when it comes to cash flow management? What do we call? What do we say about that?
That we
This.
have to have 3 up and 3 down. I
Three
mean,
up.
3 down and 1 up.
Okay, three down and one up. Miss Burton, can you break that down for us? What's three down and what's one up?
Absolutely. We want to get those taxes down. You just talked about that. We want to get
Mm-hmm.
this debt down. This spending these credit cards. Somebody got to pay for them. When you swipe
Mm-hmm.
them and leave, that's debt. And then just bills. We want to get these bills. How do you get control of your bills? It's wintertime. It's a lot of people that want to go and mess with the thermostat.
I
However,
hate it.
do you have on clothes? I'm looking at you like, okay, we're not putting the thermostat on 75 and 77, and you around here with some short
You,
shorts and a
you,
tank top.
you see me with my hoodie and stuff on because I ain't trying to do it yet. I don't want
Hey,
that bill yet.
hey,
Yeah.
look, I'm in hoodie mode too, man. Listen, the
That's
weather
one of
has
the
changed. The weather has changed for sure.
that's one of the quickest ways where your money is literally going out the door. I'm
Yes.
not saying at night, I'm not in New York. Baby, we not there yet. However,
It ain't that cold yet.
temperatures drop. So
Okay.
what are you doing in your household? Are you making sure the window things are sealed? Are you making sure that there's some winterizing things that you can do? However, Mr. Ponder, we're just talking about bills. We're not talking about the luxury of me being able to go and afford this $90 statue at Lowe's that
Mm-hmm.
next week I gotta take down anyway. So
Let me get in there
And
with
don't
you
appreciate
because
in value either.
the thing is, I'm thinking if it take me 5 hours to buy this skeleton thing that, like she said, I'm gonna have to take down next week, the value versus cost thing in my mind, right? But the thing is, if I work part time, 5 hours, I took one day out of 7 days, right? I made $100, right? What's $100? And it's safe to say that people still have 2 days off a lot of times, right?
mhm.
So this
Yeah,
person that made they didn't
Sunday and a day in a week. So they work
right, they
like
didn't
typically 5 day
sacrifice
week.
they didn't sacrifice this 5 hour day, right, to make that $100, but they only working 5 days a week, right? That's
Mhm.
$500. See, but what we learned is in cash flow management is that 99% of your money, every check goes to taxes. 1/3 of your money goes to taxes. 1/3 of your money goes to your debt and the people that you owe, right? And or what's the other one? Bills, right?
Big business.
And big businesses, because we got to get gas, we got to get food. You know what I'm saying? So 1/3 going to that, 1/3 going to that, 1/3 going to that. How did he even have the $100 out of 500 in a week to be able to pay for that?
I think a
Mhm.
Right?
lot of people in that price point though, I don't think they have the big statues. It's more of maybe
Okay.
get a bag of candy for the trick-or-treaters.
Okay.
If you're making $20 an hour, I don't think you are
You can tell. You can tell
No, I think you're more
There
of
you
it.
go.
And this is just the cost of living and where you're living. I think you're more of in an apartment. So you
Exactly.
may get
That's what I
Yep.
was
something
gonna say.
small to put over your door. However,
Mhm.
I do know there are some apartments that give to the local kids. So like I said, that one bag of candy that maybe you'll get for, I mean, the bags are, look, they're
Maybe
getting
$10.
smaller and they're costing more these years, you know.
Maybe $10, $20. That's what
Right.
how they celebrate that holiday. And I know a lot of people, and again, y'all, we're not talking about people having to celebrate. We're talking about finances here, right? But
And
every single month, there's a holiday where a percentage,
absolutely.
1/3 of our money, indirectly or directly, goes to some kind of big business spending. We always say successful people invest their money first and spend whatever they have left on the skeleton, on the candy. Y'all see what I'm saying? Right? But okay, 1/3. Isn't it safe to say if we even talk about 1/3, what's 1/3 of 12 months in a year?
4.
Four. Is it
Right.
safe to say that most Americans today is spending January, February, March, April just to make sure that they cover the tax bill?
Absolutely.
Yep,
Those that are not.
it
just
does.
just on taxes. Then we got January. I gotta count again. January, March, April, May, June, July, August.
Mhm.
That's the fun time, right?
Mhm.
But at the
Summer
same time, if
vacations and
but
things.
vacations, but isn't that money going towards that second 1/3 of debt and bills?
Yeah. Hmm.
So that means most people are only taking 4 months out of the entire year to pay for their entire year of lifestyle. Why? Because the third part of that money is going towards holiday spending. Or we didn't even mention birthdays, right?
Mhm.
So our message is that if you don't have in place a system that duplicates the growth of you making sure that, hey man, I gotta get my taxes down, right? And in that segment, we talked about how important it is to move on to the next conversation, which is business income. Business income is so important, I believe, because it's the only thing that I've seen in my life that allows me to put my bills on autopilot. Anybody else on this line working towards making sure that their business can put their bills on autopilot so you ain't got to go to work for it?
Absolutely. And maintain
Driving
their business.
maintain that business. Business income, I believe, was so important. That was our week 2 conversation, is because it's two major terms that always pops in mind. I don't know what you guys think about business income as well, but the two things that come in mind is when I was an employee, I had no residual income. And when people think about residual income, I always think about Carlton doing this on the Fresh Prince of Bel Air, right? But every time an episode plays of Fresh Prince of Bel Air, that's called syndication in the TV industry. When Halloween comes around and Thriller comes on, is it safe to say that Michael Jackson's estate is still earning royalties, which is another form of residual income?
Yep.
So the thing is, if we still paying the highest taxes right now, but we don't have no business income, we need to start working on services and products for our community in the marketplace so that we can actually lower how much we're paying in taxes and start working on developing a residual stream of income.
Yep.
Residual stream of income means you do something one time, right? But you get paid over and over and over again. Sandra just told us that she's in the accounting field, right? You own a business, correct?
Mhm.
How many
Yes.
times did it take you to go to college or pass those courses? How many times did it take you?
I went to a 2 year, then I went to another 2 year, then I went another 2 years. So I got a BS, which is 4 years.
Okay. And then you got
Yeah.
your master's, right?
Yes, which is another 2 years.
Right. So what I'm saying is though, you only had to go to school one time and do it right. Like we can we not gonna act like some people don't fail the test, right? Or something
Right.
like that, right? But what we're
Right.
saying is on a residual income, you only had to get that certificate one time, correct?
Absolutely.
So you can
Absolutely.
what? Keep servicing people on restoration of finances, taxes, debt, all that kind of things. The thing is that residual income means you do the work one time, but you now
Mhm.
can get the opportunity to get paid over and over and over and over and over again. Put this in your notes. For leveraged income, the first billionaire in the world, John Paul Getty, he said, I'd rather just earn 1% off of 100 other people's efforts than off 100% of my own. Because if anything ever happened to me, 99% of the work gets done because I have a team. Go ahead and put that in the comment section for me, guys. Is that I need a team. If you're a person who understands that we got through taxes, debt, bills, and we didn't even talk about the silent income killer. What's the silent income killer, y'all?
Inflation.
Inflation. We already paying taxes on everything. Avalon taxes, state taxes. I got my birthday coming up, y'all. I gotta go pay for my tag. Y'all know what I'm saying? You pay taxes on everything, so you're not getting away from it. But we want to show people how to start creating leverage income. The nuggets that Miss Bartley dropped on the last video, that video is still out there. Miss Bartley, how many times did we shoot that video?
One time.
One
and it's
time.
replaying over, and it's getting so many views over and over.
And it's on YouTube, and it's getting played over and over and over. And the call to action is, hey man, get back with the person who showed you these strategies and let us wrap our arms, let us hug your neck and take you along the journey with us to wealth. Is that smooth?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Business income, man, simply be, somebody put that in the comments, business income equals team. I've never seen anybody truly get a strong residual income or a strong leverage stream of income without having partners on their team. We talked about having structure. Most business structures take an odd number of people on your business team so that anytime we're planning or voting on the next step for the company to go to, there's always an odd man out, right? If you're a solo entrepreneur and you're work self-employed, you only by yourself, you can always ask yourself the question that, hey team, are we gonna do that? Or are we not gonna do that? And then whatever you get is what you get. It's even better when you got a team of 3. It's even better when you got a team of 5 or 7 people. You guys, you see what I'm saying? A president, a upper management, a lower management, a treasurer, a marketing team, right? It's having other people put their expertise into the conversation, into the pot, so you don't have to rely on your skills alone. Most people get in business for themselves, but a lot of times, if you're truly a business owner, you're not by yourself. This is why I love you ladies, because y'all make me better every single day I get a chance to talk, right? But business income was the week 2. And anything y'all think about when it comes to business income? The daily pay? Like, I like getting paid daily and weekly from business income and having time freedom.
I think if you really think about it, the way your mind is and the mindset is, business income can really truly make or break your retirement. Because those that are working every day, you're waiting on, this so-called raise that you are, working hard for. However, you control your own business income. You control it. You cannot tell me we're not in control of it. So whatever actions we're doing, and because I am a professional, I like to tell people, sit down with someone so they can map out what you need. Everybody doesn't want the house in the country with the white picket fence with the lake you can fish, Some people are saying my retirement is more of a 2-bedroom something where I can go and maybe walk to the park every day. So that is something that I think we all should do. And if you're only waiting for that one time a year to file taxes, and all that person is doing is just data entry for you, when I say data entry, that they are putting the numbers in that you're giving them off this W-2. No, sit down and talk with a professional. We're always going to use that. We sit down and talk with the experts. Sit down and talk with these people so you'll know truly when you do get ready to that age or dollar amount, that's what we call retirement, then everything is kind of in alignment. And I know, speaking with people of our nature, we always shoot past our goals.
Indeed. I like it.
Absolutely. That's why we just encourage everyone to build a business. That income can be daily, it can be weekly, it can be monthly. Residual income is what you do when you have a business. It's what you acquire, is residual income. What is it? John Paul Getty said, I rather 1%.
Earn 1%.
All right, 1% of 100 people's efforts than 100% of my own. So we have to continue to really reach the pinnacle of like retiring faster than slower by having a business.
Yeah.
Business is nothing more than an agreement in motion. So we're
Oh, stop,
doing
stop. Run that one back. Oh, business income is what?
business income is
Business in
nothing
general.
more than an agreement in motion. So it behooves us to build, and to continue to build until we can retire quicker, not slower, so we can retire. Folks, it's easy to get up and go work for somebody else, but you're making someone else wealthy. You're building someone else's legacy.
Yep.
Yeah.
What
And,
about
and,
you?
and it's the thing too, just don't forget about the asset. We said cash asset. The asset brings everybody cash flow, right?
Yes.
All right, so that was week 2. Let's dive in. I don't want to take too much people's time on a Tuesday night. I'm up here sharing this information. Can you guys see me? Am I back on screen yet? Not yet. Am I back? I'm back.
Yep.
Yeah, you're
You
back.
bet.
So week 3. Last week, man, we talked about investment income. What you guys got on investment income?
I'll
Uh,
go. We talked about PRA and we talked about a DCA.
Yep.
PRA is something that we call where you want to park some of your money. That is called a private reserve account. DCA, which is called a diversified cash account. Both
Mm-hmm.
accounts they kind of work hand in hand. Of course, this is just a recap. If you guys, we can't stress this enough. If we are going too fast, all of the videos are going to be linked along with this video. Go back and do yourself a justice of watching week 1, watch week 2, and let it add all up together. So with
Yeah.
both of those 2 accounts, Mr. Ponder, this is one word where we like to say it's part of your diversification of your monies, because we don't park money in one place. Imagine if all of your money right now, Mr. Ponder, was underneath your bed mattress,
Mm-hmm.
right? And lo and behold, there was a fire.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
oh
How
Lord
would you
Jesus,
how would you recap that money? How? Of course, insurance we know, however, but we're talking, we're talking professional people.
That tangible. Yeah, yeah.
Yes, we want you to
It's gone.
diversify your money. And
Mhm.
I want to say that they both are parking places. However, they both have tools and units and monies where when you go to sleep at night and you sleep, and you wake up, there's monies already be made. So that's why we want to
That's-
talk education of educating you to sit down. Once again, I'm gonna use these 2 words again, Monifa. Sit down with the professional, sit down with the expert, so
Experts.
Expert.
they can
Expert. Yeah.
personalize something for you. Once again, Mr. Ponder's dream, Monifa's dream, Shannon's dream, and Margaret's dream is not Sandra's dream. So sit down with the experts and the professional so we can put all of the Social Security, any 401ks, any PRAs, any DCAs together. And I know Ms. Bartley's going to break down another one of the investment options that we actually talk about and utilize in our inner circle as well.
Yes. I just love the silver. I love silver. And I love the fact that we need to be fresh. I mean, I heard a podcast early today while I was delivering my packages, and I couldn't grasp it because I was in and out the truck. But what I did know is that they were encouraging people to buy gold and silver, and how the money exchange and the dollar is going to go down. And we're going to need gold and silver as our sustenance because of what's going on in politics, all those
Wait.
side deals and all of that's going on.
Side deal. Wait, did you say
Yes,
the dollar is going down in value?
it's going down in value. And
Or
remember,
it has gone down in value.
it
It-
has gone down in value.
yeah,
And
yeah.
what we need to understand that this dollar, it's considered a note. It's a letter, it's a promissory note. It's not even something that we should even been in, because they had us give them our silver and our gold. Well, my ancestors, their silver and gold. Some of them were wise enough to keep their gold and keep their silver, and they made, good sense of it later on why they kept it. Because if and then we're going back to that, simple and plain to put it, we're going back to that because the
Yeah.
truth is now coming out. Okay, the truth, and people are starting to get educated on the truth and the reality of what's going down. So precious metals is something you should really be really
Looking
taking a
into.
serious look into. Yeah.
Yeah.
And please get into communities and um education back financial literacy communities where they can teach you certain things, and maybe you can have access. Like our
Yeah.
community, it grants us access to things an average American don't have. This is why we're adamant on getting the word out and sharing it with you guys, because we know what we have our hands on.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
know, and
So,
we have access to a lot of things that we get the forecast, we get the pulse of what's going on financially. This is not really a game to us. This is why
oh yeah, it's real life.
it's real life. It's not,
it,
we're
it
just not doing it with hype and fluff. We're not just on here to be on here. We're doing it
yeah,
because we want to make an impact, and hopefully it will not fall on deaf ears and
that
someone
part.
really, really take it seriously, because you'll see later on.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Y'all hit on some amazing points, definitely. So week 3 was all about investment income. We encourage you guys in the month of November, catch us on these different weeks. Week 1, we'll talk about cash flow management again. We'll talk about business income and go a little bit depth and give you guys some of the stuff that we're seeing. What we're telling you guys is we have an inner circle full of people from all different walks of life. Like I told you, Monifa's the military, but she's also an employee as well. Miss Burton owns a business, but she also was a student. You guys heard that in both of their stories. So what we're telling you is that we're an inner circle full of people who have a full team of financial experts to help us fund our lifestyle. And but we also have a full team of marketers to help us fund our lifestyle, but also help us promote our future legacy for our kids. Put this in your notes. DCA, PRA is like universal like life insurance. I know people talk about life insurance. That's what our PRA is. That's a great source for you guys to take advantage of when we talk about things. But when I talk about investment income, I always think about parking lots. You want to actually build enough cash flow. You want to build enough business income so you can park that money somewhere and it makes you more money. Put this in the notes, put this in the comments, blast this quote everywhere. Money making money is so much better than labor making money. That was the point that we actually came to the conclusion of in week 3 is stop working for money. There's nothing wrong with working, but it's better if your money does the work and it's taxed at a lower price point. Everybody who's still working to make money is taxed 30% of every dollar. That means if you work a job, you make 100,000, you're guaranteed that the government is gonna take $30,000 out of that check. Who wants that? I want the 30,000. See, the conversation in week 2 says stop paying high taxes as a W-2 only, right? Monifa is a employee, but she also lowered her taxes about 5 to 10% because she also has a business. See, business owners are awarded tax breaks from the government because you guys are giving back to the community. Anybody ever looked at lettuce lately? You guys heard about the tariffs and even the ICE, they shipping people out the country and stuff. Some of those people who have been shipped out the country were the workers who actually was harvesting the greens. And we had collard greens the other day, but the price of them, Sandra, didn't you see that? Like what the price of a little bundle of greens is crazy right now.
Yep. The agriculture is really, really, really suffering right now due to that. So you're talking about inflations, you're talking about some of the things that we are accustomed to, just going in the store and buying. Oh, I know they're going to be here. I literally took me what he's talking about. It took me 3 stores to find a viable, edible bundle. So with that being said,
Because
where
some of them are getting old because they have to wait so long and it's not a good supply coming these days.
mm-hmm.
So even with that being said, if you're a business owner, most business owners, put this in your notes, are getting taxed only 18 to 23%. So if they make $100,000, just like the employee made 100,000, they're only taxed about 20,000 of their 100,000. Monique, which one would you choose? All of us, right? We would only want 20,000 taken out versus 30,000. But week 3 in this conversation always puts us back in that conversation of having our money work for us and not us. Investment income, if you're not looking at your financial portfolio and don't have these things in order, people who have investment portfolio income, that money is being taxed at only 15% or less. So if you're a person who's parking your money in some of these places that these ladies just share with you, imagine your money making 100,000, but the government only taking $15,000 out of that 100K or less. See, that's what this conversation is about. It's creating leverage and not always having to work and finding better ways to actually enjoy your life full time. Like we say, create a lifestyle where you don't have to vacation from. So listen, ladies, I've enjoyed this conversation. It is week 4. This is a recap. I always like to give people on week 4 some kind of business mindset, whatever you guys want to call it. But I think the overall thing in mastery is if these 3 things, right? In a course I took, they say anytime you have 3 things on your to-do list, you can knock them all out. However, if you have 3 to 5, 3 to 7 things, you're probably only going to get 1 thing done. And typically, if you have about 7 things or more to do on that list, you probably ain't going to get nothing done. So this mastery conversation today, we want to encourage you guys to focus on cash flow management, increasing your business income so that your investment income can make you more money, because mastery is 10,000 hours. How many of you all, by the sound of my voice, are willing, y'all hear me? Are willing to commit to 10,000 hours? 10,000 hours is nothing more than a year and a half towards working on cash flow management, getting out of that high tax bracket and getting down here where we like to be at in the 15% or lower, or even if you guys are close to the trust fund level or asset level, is where your money is being taxed at 5% or less or paying no taxes at all. How many people don't want to pay taxes? Hey, let's get there, right? But the process of mastery is simply this. Yes, we know consistency. Yes, we know we have to be persistent. Yes, we know we have to be disciplined, urgent, and excited about where we are going. But most important, you have to commit to your journey. A year and a half is nothing more than 18 months. 18 months is nothing more than 6 90-day game plans. And right now we're in 4th quarter. This is the last 90 days of 2025, and it's not late for you yet. So if you're hearing the sound of our voices, we got 2 major things to help you guys out. The first thing is we want you guys, if you saw any of these different things in this conversation, when it comes to those 3, get back with the person who invited you to hear this conversation so that we can put you in position with our experts so they can start lowering your taxes, debt, bills, getting your business income together, right? And getting your investment capital together. But more importantly, we have a wealth membership as well. This inner circle of people has a full team of financial experts. And with our financial experts, they're going to teach you our 5 simple steps to wealth that we cannot wait to share with you when you are ready. So with that being said, this is our Financial Talk Tuesday. I know you guys got to go get some tacos because it is Taco Tuesday. It's so much more stuff to do. But don't forget, cash, asset, cash flow is the right flow. Ladies, y'all good?
Yes, I'm good. Just ask yourself, am I doing everything to build my financial future and my family's legacy? Am I learning something different other than what I know to build my financial future? Thank you so much for coming out and joining us, guys. As simple as shift, increase, multiply, protect, and leveraging everything and leveraging
Everything.
experts.
And my challenge is to go ahead and get with a professional and an expert to discuss all of the things we've talked about tonight. Absolutely. Thank you. Until next Tuesday.
Until
Y'all
next
live.
Tuesday, guys.
Bye.
Y'all have a great one.
Peace.